I thought I would actually continue my reaction adventure by continuing on with Iron Fist. I was kind of apprehensive about doing this because, I mean, I don't think the show was all that popular to begin with, and of all the ones that actually played on Netflix, um, I think it was probably the least popular of the four, five if you count the Defenders. Um, and so, but I decided I did start it, so I thought I would just continue it and just kind of finish it off and then kind of move on to the next project. So, um, I do ask anybody actually watching these that really likes this kind of content. If you have recommendations going forward, I'd really appreciate it. Um, I may revisit other shows that I've seen before because I mentioned before one of the problems with me doing reaction videos for you know movies, for television, for pretty much anything, is I've seen so much stuff already that I rarely have an opportunity to actually do a first time viewing on a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of going back and looking at things I saw once, like a long time ago. So that way it kind of feels like it's a first time reaction to it. Because I always found those much more interesting to watch than basically somebody who's reacting to something that he or she has seen a whole bunch of different times. So anyway, so I'm going to continue on, and we're going to continue with the second episode of Iron Fist. So, without further ado and without a long preamble, let's just get into it.
We're gonna get you cleaned up now.
First, I need you to swallow these.
That's gotta suck.
So we're saints.
We're not bad guys, if that's what you think.
I think every bad guy says that.
They're warrior monks.
How could you not know that?
Okay.
Just saying, but it's probably not a good idea to attack someone who actually carries a sword. Just saying.
Sorry about that. I get stressed.
Not sure that's the right guy to be touring him. Just saying.
A bit of money would really bring this place up a notch.
So basically, she wasn't suspicious at all of Danny Rand or thinking anything about it. And he's just happened to create the suspicion for her. Great job, dude. Great job. This show seems to be all about abusive relationships.
Well, now you have me curious.
Sorry, wish I could say more.
The plot thickens.
Then I can summon the Iron Fist. And the Iron Fist is... It's me.
Gee, you don't sound insane. Okay, so I think the story is actually starting to get a little bit more interesting, such as well, they started talking about the hand, I think, in the last episode, but didn't really get into what it actually was. So the fact that they're focusing a lot more on the hand itself, which is, essentially um, Marvel's, or at least Netflix Marvel's um, level of, Hydra, if you want to think of it that way, the evil organization that they end up having to overcome. So that actually makes things kind of cooler and more enjoyable kind of going forward. Um, the the overall, plot of Danny Rand being Danny Rand, um, I mean, it was kind of an understood that that was kind of going to be a central theme kind of going into, the deeper narrative. But on the narrative probabilities and all that, when you're looking at the story, I mean, there's a lot of really kind of, I wouldn't say bad writing, but kind of limited writing in some of the stuff that they actually do with the story, which I think is kind of you can kind of relegate it to the idea that comic books sometimes are written um, kind of written down to the point of where um, the literary aspects of it tend to be kind of lacking, and so like a lot of the stuff with Colleen, the main girl in the show, um, her kind of backstory and some of the stuff that's going on with that, like her and the other people who work in her dojo are um, kind of cardboard, if you want to put it any other way. And so like her whole story so far has been, very cookie cutter kind of thing going forward. Well, hopefully the story overall starts to expand out to become a lot more interesting. So we start seeing, much more nuances to the character rather than just, the stereotype of the person creating her own dojo, so having trouble making ends meet. So the evil group is going to try to offer assistance to that kind of stuff. It's basically it's a kind of a trope that's been done so many times in different shows and different kind of writing. Um, but I mean, I guess they had to go for something in order to generate some kind of connection between her and the evil people that are actually involved in the story, and to give her motivation as to why she would start thinking, okay, maybe there's something wrong here. So yeah, I kind of get what they did with it, but it just seemed kind of like a little bit forced. As for the overall story, kind of getting interesting. The main female villain so far, I don't know if you really call her a villain. Interesting character. I'm kind of concerned they're literally going to treat her as a stereotype, kind of going through the whole thing to where she realizes how bad her brother is. I think it's her brother, or how bad her business partner is, and then suddenly revisits how she actually interacts with Danny going forward, and then suddenly becomes a good person, and then Danny will have to go around and save her because she'll then be threatened by Meacham or whatever his name is. The father is kind of an interesting character. His interactions with the assistant that he has, kind of a little weird, and you kind of wonder where they're going with that and whether that's gonna to build to anything else. It'd be kind of nice if they actually, put a lot more kind of a character motivation for the assistant to kind of get an idea of why this guy would actually, literally uh, stay with somebody this bad. I mean, yeah, I get the idea. He probably pays really, really well, but it almost seems like there's a dichotomy working between them, or could be working between them, that doesn't really get, explored as to what's deeper and kind of going on with that. It's almost like there could be some kind of weird, bisexual, homosexual elements existing between the two characters, which I kind of doubt they would actually explore, because Marvel is not really known for going that particular direction unless that's an actual major character arc to begin with. So anyway, but overall, going into this, as we're leading into the third episode, I'm interested to kind of see where they go with this, see what kind of things they build upon it. Like I said, I saw this. I remember watching parts of this years back when it first came out, and I ended up getting busy and doing something else, so I didn't get to finish up on it. So it's kind of interesting to revisit it. Like I said, and it's now seeming like I may have not seen quite a bit of this stuff already, and that I think kind of going forward, we will basically be seeing mostly, first time viewing of all of this, because I never got a chance to get through the entire series. So, and I don't remember how many episodes I actually got into it, but we're literally at a point right now where I don't remember pretty much anything that has actually happened. So it's kind of nice that they finally showed the Iron Fist, the actual, glowing hand that he actually has. My only problem with the idea of Iron Fist as its superpower kind of thing that it tends to be, it kind of seems like one of those really very specific superpowers, to where it's like you kind of imagine, the villain, standing there, the super villain, when they finally get to one, sitting there staring at him going, really? Your hand glows? That's pretty much it? Now I know it's got, much more to it, like it blew down that entire door, but it's kind of like, so you're super strong. Okay. But then again, I mean, I don't know if, like, the Iron Fist also brings in a whole bunch of other attributes to it, because so far all he's really got backing him up is, a glowing fist that does lots of damage, and the fact that he knows martial arts. And so if that didn't exist, it just seems like, someone with a gun would take him down just like that, because all they did really have to do is be on the other side of the room, or have a sniper or something like that. And, at least, like, Luke Cage actually is, invulnerable. So I mean, you got that kind of going for him. But anyway, so that's kind of where I am right now. I'm hopefully very soon we'll actually be on to the third episode. Thanks for watching.